I want you to forget everything you know about the mainstream FPS scene. Today, we're diving into 20 of the most underrated first-person shooters that'll make you rethink what's possible in the genre. These aren't your typical blockbuster titles. These hidden gems are brimming with unique mechanics, mind-blowing visuals, and gameplay that pushes the boundaries. Whether you're a hardcore FPS fan or someone looking for a fresh experience, these games are about to shake up your world. So, grab your gear, because we're about to blow your mind with these underrated FPS masterpieces. Friends vs. Friends is an engaging multiplayer FPS that uniquely combines intense PvP combat with deck-building mechanics. Players battle in either 1v1 or 2v2 matches across tight, fast-paced maps using a variety of weapons and abilities drawn from a customizable deck of cards. The game emphasizes constant movement and chaotic gameplay, discouraging camping and promoting run-and-gun tactics. Matches are short and casual, making it an ideal party game or a quick competitive fix. The game's standout feature is its deck system, where cards grant powers like shrinking your hitbox, boosting speed, or deploying weapons. These cards can be earned through gameplay and upgraded for more strategic play. Adding to the fun is the roster of quirky animal characters, each with unique passive abilities that enhance gameplay synergy. Teardown is a unique voxel-based strategy game where destruction is not only encouraged, but is the key to success. Developed by Tuxedo Labs, it offers players a fully destructible environment where everything, from walls and buildings to entire structures, can be demolished using a variety of tools. The game blends tactical heist planning with creativity, requiring players to solve puzzles and perform heists by manipulating the surroundings in imaginative ways. In Teardown, you'll use explosives, vehicles, and other tools to carve paths through levels. With a range of equipment like sledgehammers, blowtorches, shotguns, and rocket launchers at your disposal, you can alter the landscape to create shortcuts or escape routes. The game's physics and environmental destruction are incredibly realistic, with objects, debris, and even fire and water responding dynamically to player actions. The campaign follows a series of heists, each more challenging than the last, but there's also a sandbox mode for free exploration and creativity. Severed Steel is an adrenaline-pumping, single-player first-person shooter with a unique twist. Its one-armed protagonist, Steel. This game combines fast-paced action with fluid acrobatic combat, heavily inspired by titles like SUPERHOT and Hotline Miami. Players will chain together various stunts like wall runs, flips, slides, and weapon throws, creating a fluid and exhilarating combat experience. The game features a destructible voxel-based environment, ensuring that no two battles feel the same as players can interact with the surroundings to their advantage. The story follows Steel, who seeks revenge after being cast aside by the corporation Edensys, where she had worked her entire life. The game's mechanics emphasize strategic, slow-motion combat, bullet time, allowing players to plan out their moves and avoid damage in intense firefights. Additionally, the game includes a dynamic AI system that makes each encounter unpredictable and challenging. RoboQuest. RoboQuest is an action-packed, fast-paced roguelite FPS that transports players to a dystopian future in the year 2700. Set in a desolate world where humanity struggles to survive, you take on the role of a guardian robot awakened by a scavenger named Max. Together, you venture into mysterious, dangerous canyons, facing off against an army of hostile robots known as Bad Bots. Your mission is to uncover the truth behind humanity's downfall and find a way to survive. The game offers tight, responsive combat and high mobility, allowing you to play as different classes, each with unique abilities like controlling drones or launching rockets. You can dive into the action alone or team up with a friend in two-player co-op mode. RoboQuest also features crossplay, enabling you to team up with players across PC and Xbox. The game's high-energy, custom-tailored soundtrack amps up the excitement, perfectly complementing the intense robot-smashing action. Bright Memory Infinite is a fast-paced first-person shooter developed by FYQD Studio, set in a futuristic world, blending advanced technology with supernatural elements. Released in November 2021, it follows the story of Shelia, a Special Forces operative investigating strange phenomena linked to a mysterious organization. The game combines intense gunplay with sword combat, offering a cinematic experience. Its stunning visuals are powered by Unreal Engine 4, delivering impressive graphics and fluid mechanics. The game features various upgrades and a rich combat system, with players facing enemies in fast-paced, action-packed sequences. Hedon Bloodrite is a retro-style FPS that masterfully blends elements of action, stealth, RPG, and adventure, offering a fresh take on old-school gameplay. The game combines the nostalgia of pixelated 2D sprites and simple architecture with advanced modern features like dynamic lighting and intricate visual effects. Set in a fantasy world brimming with lore, you play as Zan, a half-orc warrior from the Iron Division, navigating expansive underground environments threatened by chaotic forces. The gameplay emphasizes versatility, allowing for intense melee and ranged combat, stealth-based approaches, and problem-solving through platforming and puzzles. Players can engage with NPCs, take on side quests, and make choices that affect the narrative. The difficulty settings are dynamic, altering not only enemy strength but also their placement, creating a uniquely tailored experience across multiple playthroughs. High Hell is a fast-paced, neon-drenched, arcade-style first-person shooter. Published by Devolver Digital, it offers a chaotic mix of humor, absurdity, and action-packed missions. In the game, you assume the role of a vigilante descending into a criminal underworld armed with a massive gun, righteous fury, and fancy footwork. The gameplay is defined by rapid, adrenaline-filled encounters where you kick down doors, burn down drug labs, and confront bizarre foes like brainwashed chimps. The art style is vibrant and minimalist, while the missions are intentionally over the top, making it feel like a blend of Hotline Miami and classic FPS mechanics. The Darkness 2 is a first-person shooter with a unique cel-shaded art style inspired by its comic book origins. Developed by Digital Extremes and published by 2K Games in 2012, the game serves as a sequel to The Darkness. It follows Jackie Estacado, now the head of a crime family, as he struggles to control the darkness, a supernatural force he wields. 2 years after suppressing its power, Jackie is forced to unleash it again when attacked by a mysterious organization known as the Brotherhood, which seeks to take his powers for themselves. The gameplay combines traditional gunplay with the series' standout feature, Jackie's Demon Arms. These supernatural appendages allow players to slash enemies, wield objects as weapons, and even perform brutal executions. SUPERHOT is a first-person shooter unlike any other. The game's unique mechanic is that time only moves when you move, transforming traditional combat into a strategic, slow-motion puzzle. Every action you take, whether dodging bullets or picking up weapons, affects the flow of time, allowing you to carefully plan each move as enemies approach. This creates a flow where every shot counts, and you must think ahead in a way typical shooters don't require. Megaton Rainfall is a unique and thrilling superhero action game that places players in the role of an indestructible, interdimensional being tasked with defending Earth from an alien invasion. Developed by Pentadimensional Games, the game delivers an exhilarating first-person perspective, allowing players to experience the power and freedom of flying at high speeds, launching devastating energy blasts, and performing godlike feats. The core premise of the game revolves around saving humanity from alien forces while navigating the vast open world. You're given incredible powers, but with such immense strength comes the challenge of controlling it, as your actions can unintentionally cause massive destruction, like demolishing skyscrapers or obliterating entire city blocks. This adds a layer of strategic thinking, as you must focus on precision to avoid collateral damage while battling enemies across the planet. Singularity is a first-person shooter developed by Raven Software and published by Activision, originally released on June 30th, 2010. The game offers a unique mix of time manipulation and intense action, set within a thrilling sci-fi narrative. Players are thrust into a mystery surrounding a catastrophic event called the Singularity, which has fractured time and left the world on the brink of disaster. The core gameplay revolves around the time manipulation device, an experimental tool that allows players to control time in various ways. This device can age enemies and objects, freeze time, and even alter the flow of gravity. You can use the TMD to decompose enemies into dust or restore ancient objects to their pristine state, creating endless opportunities for strategy and creative combat. ULTRAKILL is a fast-paced, ultra-violent first-person shooter that blends the intensity of classic games like Quake with the modern action and flair of Doom and Devil May Cry. Set in a world where mankind has gone extinct, the game focuses on machines fueled by blood. However, as their supply runs dry, these machines race into hell to replenish it. The game emphasizes speed, style, and powerful weapons, with a strong focus on over-the-top combat and movement. Players are tasked with staying mobile and slaying waves of enemies, from demons to other machines, using a vast array of weapons that can be modified for even more destructive potential. A core mechanic is the ability to soak up blood from enemies to regain health, keeping the action fast-paced and relentless. ULTRAKILL also encourages players to rack up combos and achieve high scores, with optional challenges and hidden secrets scattered throughout levels. Ion Fury is a fast-paced, retro-inspired first-person shooter developed by Voidpoint and powered by the legendary Build engine, the same engine used in Duke Nukem 3D. Set in a near-future, cyberpunk world, you take control of Shelly Bombshell Harrison, a no-nonsense heroine on a mission to stop an evil mad scientist, Dr. Jadis Heskel, and his robotic minions. The game delivers nostalgic 90s FPS action with modern touches. It features tight old-school gameplay mechanics, including keycards for progression, explosive combat, and lots of environmental interaction. Shelly wields a variety of weapons, from simple shotguns to the more unique bowling bomb, which homes in on enemies, offering a mix of classic and quirky firepower. BPM Bullets Per Minute is a unique blend of rhythm and roguelike first-person shooter gameplay. Developed by Awe Interactive, the game offers a fast-paced experience where every action, from your attacks to enemy movements, is synchronized with an epic rock soundtrack. Released on September 15, 2020, it's a rhythm-action FPS where timing and precision are crucial. One missed beat can lead to your downfall. In BPM, you play as a Valkyrie fighting to defend Asgard from an invading underworld army. Your objective is to navigate procedurally generated dungeons, facing off against enemies and bosses whose attacks follow the rhythm of the music. The game features a range of weapons, abilities, and items, each of which can drastically change your playstyle with every playthrough. As you progress through the levels, you'll face 7 unique bosses, each with their own rhythmic attack patterns, requiring precise timing to defeat. Necromumda Hired Gun is a fast-paced, first-person shooter set in the gritty, dark world of the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Developed by Strumon Studio and published by Focus Entertainment, the game plunges players into the dystopian underbelly of Necromunda, a massive hive city ruled by crime and gang warfare. As a nameless bounty hunter, you're hired to avenge a powerful guilder's murder, setting off a brutal chain of events involving gang wars, betrayal, and dangerous foes. The game's missions take you through varied locations, such as scrapyards, cyberpunk skyscrapers, and massive freight trains, all designed to evoke the dark, industrial essence of Necromunda. While the environments are richly designed and atmospheric, the gameplay itself has mixed reviews. The shooting mechanics can feel repetitive, with a loot system that doesn't offer enough variety to make the arsenal of weapons feel impactful. However, combat can be thrilling, thanks to a brutal melee system and over-the-top gory kill animations. The Shadow Warrior series is a fast-paced first-person shooter franchise known for its action-packed gameplay, humor, and brutal combat mechanics. The games follow Lo Wang, a skilled warrior and modern ninja who fights against various demonic forces. The series began in 1997 with the original Shadow Warrior from 3D Realms, but in 2013, the series was rebooted. This reboot introduced a fresh narrative while retaining its signature humor and adding depth to the character and story, earning mixed to positive reviews. Shadow Warrior 2 expanded on the original's formula, introducing cooperative multiplayer and a looter-shooter style progression system. The sequel offered larger levels, more complex enemy types, and customizable weapons, all while maintaining the series' fast-paced and chaotic combat. In 2022, Shadow Warrior 3 was released, bringing a return to Lo Wang's roots with a more streamlined gameplay experience. The game incorporated fast movement and dynamic combat, but it received mixed reviews due to repetitive enemy encounters and an unimpressive narrative. Despite this, it retained the franchise's flair for humor and action, making it a hit for fans of the series. Overall, the Shadow Warrior series is celebrated for its intense action, memorable weapons, including the katana, and irreverent humor, blending fast-paced FPS action with a touch of samurai flair. DEATHLOOP is a unique first-person shooter developed by Arcane Studios, renowned for its intricate gameplay and engaging time loop mechanics. The game introduces players to Colt, an assassin stuck in a never-ending cycle on the mysterious island of Black Reef, tasked with eliminating 8 key targets before the loop resets. Each cycle allows you to gather valuable intel, weapons, and abilities, offering opportunities to refine your strategy, whether through stealth or all-out action. The game's standout feature is the interplay between Colt and Juliana, a rival assassin who hunts Colt during his missions. While the main campaign offers a single-player experience, the multiplayer element lets players control Juliana, adding a layer of unpredictability. Cruelty Squad is an intensely unique and grotesque first-person shooter that offers a dystopian, satirical world filled with tactical stealth, corporate corruption, and unsettling aesthetics. The game casts players as a heavily augmented, morally bankrupt mercenary working for a corrupt corporation, tasked with various violent missions in an ultra-violent world. It blends unsettling visuals, a disorienting aesthetic, and existential themes that push the boundaries of traditional gaming. Set in a horrific, sewage-infused environment, Cruelty Squad is heavily influenced by Kallio's past works as a multimedia artist, mixing experimental video art and comics with a dark narrative. The game's mechanics are centered on stealth, strategic combat, and various augmentations that enhance the player's capabilities. Its graphical style is intentionally harsh, with garish, low-res textures and intense color schemes, creating an uncomfortable yet memorable experience. It's a brutal commentary on capitalism, corporate power, and the human condition, wrapped in a chaotic and challenging gameplay experience. Ascendant is an upcoming tactical, squad-based FPS set in a biopunk world filled with unpredictable challenges. Developed by PlayFusion, it combines action-packed gunplay with strategic teamwork, demanding coordination and adaptability for success. The game features dynamic, ever-changing environments where resource drops and game events can turn the tide of battle. Each match feels fresh, with multiple strategies possible, whether you rush for resources, ambush opponents, or outlast the chaos. Set in a futuristic biopunk universe, the goal is to secure limited resources while surviving relentless NPC enemies and ever-shifting map conditions. Ascendant heavily focuses on cooperative play, encouraging teamwork for success in both PvE and PvP scenarios. Solo players are at a distinct disadvantage in this world, where every match brings new chaotic elements, making each session highly replayable and unpredictable. Titanfall 2 is a fast-paced first-person shooter that blends smooth parkour-like movement, intense combat, and colossal robot battles. Developed by Respawn Entertainment, it features a captivating single-player campaign where you bond with your Titan, BT, creating an unforgettable human-robot dynamic. The game's mechanics emphasize mobility, with wall running, double jumping, and cloaking. Multiplayer shines with innovative modes like Bounty Hunt, emphasizing teamwork and strategic play. With a gripping story and exhilarating multiplayer, Titanfall 2 is a standout in the FPS genre. That's a wrap on the 20 FPS games you probably haven't played, but definitely should. If you've discovered something new, let me know in the comments below which of these titles you're diving into first. And hey, if you enjoyed the journey through these hidden gems, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more unique game recommendations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.